and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 708. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les, and today is Tuesday, the 26th. Is that right? Yep, of
Yep.
August 2025. Laura and I both use the she, her pronouns, and I don't know about you, but it has cooled off here this week. It was in the 50s this
Oh,
morning when I went
wow.
to feed pigs. So, what about you?
It was in the 80s this afternoon when I had bus duty, but still, that's a little bit cooler. We had some
Yeah?
rain today, which was good because we
Hmm.
really have not had rain since the end of July. Um, so it's been close. Well, it was the last big rainstorm we had was the Sunday of SSK because I was unloading.
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, it's been a little bit on the rain. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that it rained this morning, although Pearl was not happy. Pearl is my Great Pyrenees, if you are new, because she does not like getting her paws wet unless she is wetting them with her mouth. Um, we're having some paw chewing issues. So,
Hmm.
yeah, she did not go outside this morning, but did go outside this afternoon because it's nice. It's nice and sunny now, and in the
Hmm.
80s. So, yeah, that's
Cool.
the weather update. But would you like to go first or would you like me to go first?
I can go. I really only have one thing to talk about.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I I didn't work on my shake rag much this week. So what I have been working on is a crochet cardigan called the Anaya blouse, and this is
So cute.
by Natalia McHale. It's the first crochet garment that I've made for myself. I think I've made a couple of like baby crochet things where it's not like super important that it be
Mhm.
a certain measurement. Um, so we'll see how this goes. The swatch, I got gauge.
Good.
So hopefully that works. I'm at the point now where it's like a top-down raglan. So that's sort of where it is right now is these are the sleeves, and I just started increasing for the neck line as well. So
Is
I've
crochet
got,
seamed usually when it's like that, even though because
I
it's
mean,
not really joined in the round, right?
I do not know. I
Okay.
assume this one is. It's seamed up
Yeah.
um, underneath and then under the arm. I can't say if it usually is or not because, like I said, this is the first
Yeah.
thing for like garment I've made. Um, so yeah, I'm only in my second ball of yarn. I'm using Barocco Remix, which um, I've used several times in different weights and really like it. Um, it wears really well. It feels like your favorite comfy worn-in sweatshirt. Um, we're not sponsored by Barocco, but
It
I would
uses
be.
waist, which is cool.
Yeah, it's a mix of nylon, cotton, acrylic, silk, and linen, but it's all recycled fibers. So, um, yeah, and I'm using a 5 millimeter hook, which I think is an H. But yeah, that's basically what I've been working on. What about you?
I am currently working on my socks. So these got a little love today because I had an hour-long faculty meeting. But yeah, so they are slowly but surely making some progress. Um, Hopefully I will get these done before Wisconsin because I have some hand spun socks I need to work on at Wisconsin. But that is the first thing that I'm working on. The second thing is we did a fail along for our Patreons yesterday.
Mhm.
Um, Thank you so much to all our Patreons for support. And we are making, Leslie and I both cast on this Sheeplocks wreath by Kimberly
Yeah.
K. McAllenden. We bought the kits from
Long
Long
Island Yarn
Island.
and Farm.
Yep. So it does not come with the yarn, so you can see mine's got a bluish background. It does come with these locks. These are Cotswold locks. And then it comes with a wreath form, and you pick the size that this fits over. So,
Yeah.
yep. I am much less far along because I did take a crochet cast on,
Hmm.
and that took me a little bit of time to figure out, but slowly got there. Cast on my stitches with a crochet hook, like a fancy, that is the most crochet y'all will ever see from me. So that is being knit on, and then I had a good bit of negative knitting, but I think I've worked it all out now. So, I was on a Zoom with friends, and I was working on my Look at My Holes, which is out of Kelborn Woolens Mohave. Yeah, on size 8
Mojave?
needles, I think. And I got like a full repeat done and then looked, and instead of my holes being offset, they were one on top of each other in just
Mm.
one section of the sleeve.
Oh.
So I ripped back, and this pattern is a little bit hard to rip back. So what I did was I took a size 0 needle and actually ripped, because there is a 3 stitch decrease that happens, but the decreases are happening at different angles. It's
Hmm.
kind of a center decrease, but 3 stitches instead of two. Um, and so I used that smaller needle to pick up some of these stitches as I was ripping back. So I am almost back on track. Um, well, I am back on track. I'm a little bit past where I was last week. So just like 4 rows though, instead of where I wish I was.
Yeah.
So, slowly making it. One thing I love about this pattern that made it super easy to rip back is James Watts gives you a check sheet. So, with all the stitch counts, so I could figure out where I was in the pattern.
Oh, based
And,
on how many stitches you had?
well, no, I knew where I was in the pattern, but I could figure out where I was off based on the stitch count.
Oh,
I
okay.
was off some stitches, and that's why it lined up versus
Okay.
um the lace matching up
Offsetting.
like it should have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that got a little bit of work. I am almost at this much left on my first ball.
Hmm.
And I'm trying to decide. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 repeats until I am knocking stuff over. Um Through the raglan increases. So I need to decide how long I want to make this. I was originally planning on doing a cropped version
Yeah.
to wear over like dresses, but I kind of
Hmm.
like the idea of a version to wear under overalls, which would be longer. So I'm just kind of playing around with those ideas. I should look in my wardrobe and really see what I have for like under overalls that works really well. I was hoping to get this done for Wisconsin. That is not going to happen, but that is okay. James Watts will be there, and I will wear a different James Watts sweater. But, yeah, I think that's it. The easy one I'm still working on. I knit a couple rows. I got up to 100 stitches, and I'm about to start the second part. So, that is going along swimmingly. And yeah, that's about it for me. But you finished something. That's exciting.
Well, I started it and finished it today. I found some paper piecing blocks in my Ravelry, not Ravelry, my Etsy favorites. Because I'll go through periods of being in love with a particular craft or thing, and I'll make a favorite group and put everything in those. And so I was going back and looking at my favorites for paper piecing and came across one. Um, and it's a flower, and it's linked in the show notes. Everything that we talk about is linked in our show notes. Our show notes are on our website, which is TheKnitGirls with 3 L's.com. But this is what it looks like. It's
So
a
cute.
coneflower or
Yeah.
echinacea,
Mom has a
and
ton of coneflowers outside her house.
she told me once it was her favorite flower.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, it's not perfect. There's a little spot here where it should be white, but it's pink, but I just didn't take the fabric over far enough, but whatever, it's fine. It doesn't need to be perfect. And I just used a bunch of scrap fabric that I had left over from other things that I had been working on. So, yeah, I might make a quilt with different cone
Cute.
flowers. I don't know. It wasn't terribly difficult, except for um, I had to redo several portions of the first section I worked on because I had to remind myself again how this works. And it's
Yeah.
backwards and upside down, and I don't always remember that super well. So, um, yeah, that's the only thing that I finished this week, and I have not touched my spinning wheel at all. So,
Okay. I've been spinning. I finished the purple singles on my opposing plies, so the only thing that I have left to do is ply, of course, and then I have one single that will be made with all one group of three singles that will be made with all I will take my hackle, which is, if you're not familiar with a hackle, it is basically like sharp nails on a board sticking up. It's kind of like a pair of combs sticking up on a board.
hmm
And I'm going to do some color blending with those other three colors. So I will do a swirled top and then opposing ply those as a three opposing ply yarn. The main thing that I've been working on is I've been doing some fleece. So
mm,
I have been doing a lot of pop locking, and as I've been finishing stuff, this is around an hour's worth of work between pop locking and running it through the drum carder. I have a Clemis and Clemis electric drum carder. It is 2 ounces, so out of like 6 pounds. So lots of work ahead of me. But yeah, I'm gonna sample this as a long draw and go from there. This is CVM, but I also popped some Cordale and some Cheviettes. So I'm going to get those bats made, and then I am going to use my match list to long draw everything. So
so
yeah,
pop locking, in case people don't know, it's like carding cloth on top of a piece
it's
of wood and it's clamped down somewhere. So you're
it's
just like,
flicking. Yeah.
yeah.
So you can do the same thing with a flicker or a pair of combs or cards,
What
not
about a pair
combs,
of
cards.
cards? Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say, I thought it was cards, but um, now that I've picked up this wreath, I'm working on this thing again. I forgot it was even in here. Um,
I really enjoy working on it. I just need to make more time to do it.
like I am somewhat felting as I'm holding it because I put off heat. So I'm like causing the strands to become less
Lots.
defined, the locks to become less defined and become more um, kind of frizzy looking. So, but that's okay. This is not a work of perfection in any sense. So, um, yeah. Um, so as far as like books and stuff, I am listening to Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I'm pretty sure Susanna Clark is the same person who wrote Doctor Strange and Mr. Norrell. Let me take a look real quick. Which was kind of a wordy, like, it was a very long book. Let me make sure that that's right before I talk about it anymore. Yeah, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. Um, oh, she's written a bunch of other stuff that I don't think I've read. Oh, no, she hasn't. A few things, not much. Okay. Um, but it's one of those books, sort of like Outlander, not in like genre or anything, but in that um, sometimes she'll use 300 words to describe something when a sentence will do. Um, but, and so it took me a while to get into the story. I bought the book a couple months ago and had sort of tried to start it a couple times, but I just wasn't in the right headspace for it. And now I'm almost done with it. So
Oh,
um, it's interesting. I don't know that I could give you a genre yet, really. I have to sort of see how it turns out. Um, but it's interesting. And I'm reading the new T. Kingfisher called Hemlock and Silver, which I don't think that there's a romance aspect to it. But I'm only about halfway through it, so we shall see. Um, but yeah, that's what I've been reading and listening to. What about you?
so I was looking at your book. They're saying magical realism
Okay,
as
I
well
didn't
as
know that was a
mythology.
genre.
Oh, wow. Um, it's interesting. All right. So I have been reading a mystery, an adult mystery called How to Solve Your Own Murder. I am also reading a nonfiction book at work that I'll talk about a little bit more. It is about an attempt, I'll talk about a little bit more once I finish it, but it is about the assassination attempt of Abraham Lincoln when he was riding the railroad to his inauguration. There was an assassin attempt that happened um, on his way to Baltimore. So, it's really, really interesting so far, and I'll talk a little bit more about that when I finish it. On Tuesdays, I have a homeroom, and on Tuesdays, we read during homeroom for those 20 minutes. So, I've been sneaking in a smidge of reading time during that time, which is nice. Um, I've been watching The Great British Sewing Bee, Sister Boniface, which is a mystery that's back, and the K-pop Demon Hunters, which was very cute. And my kids are super into, and I really enjoyed it. I like the crow-ish demon quite a bit. So in his little hat. So I enjoyed it. Uh, Jillian recommended it to me. So yeah. And yeah, just working a ton. I spent some time. I have a new website for my like teaching and stuff like that. So spent some time working on that this weekend. But yeah, just all good stuff for sure. You okay?
Yeah, I just got a really big gray blobby lock there. I was trying to manhandle into position to give it some color. Um, okay. Yeah, you should go and check out Laura's website. It's Lala Knits and Spins, I think.
Yep.com.
Um,
I'll link
and
it in the show notes.
it looks really pretty.
Thank you. Dan did an
And
excellent job. My friend Dan Boland does website design, and he did an excellent job with that. I was very, very happy. So if anyone's looking for website design, he is an excellent person.
um, I don't know that I have anything else. I've just got misbehaving dogs and um,
Misbehaving pigs.
misbehaving pigs who went into the neighbor's. It's the same pig who's done it twice. The neighbors have a crabapple tree, and all the apples have fallen over the last week. And there's fence, but um, it's like a farm fence. So there's a post every, I don't know, 20 feet or so. And in between the posts, there's like a metal sort of gridded wire fence. And Carmen, one of the piglets, dug herself under it twice. So we've put in, well, I say
Very
we.
motivated.
She is, those apples apparently are delicious. I helped Amanda the first time that it happened, but the second time was yesterday, and we were recording a podcast or a Patreon thing, and Amanda went to get her, and she said she got there, and Carmen was just like, would not go back under the fence. She was just like laid out,
Like a
enjoying her
toddler.
life. Yeah, and she's like, I wonder if she's drunk from all those apples.
Oh,
But everybody's good, everybody's fine, but never a dull moment, that's for sure. But
yeah.
I'm excited about Wisconsin. That's
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
we
I
have
mean, I'm in
Wisconsin Cheap and
Wisconsin.
Wool next week.
Yeah.
It'll be super fun. I will be at the quilt show with my mom and Emily and Lynn on Thursday, if people will be at the quilt show. And then I will be at the event on Friday. And
And
for
Saturday, right?
I'm taking a class on Saturday, so I won't be
Okay.
around.
Is it all day?
I think it's 3 hours.
Okay. What
So
class did you sign up for? I forget.
I am taking meat sheep breeds.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
So
That
yeah,
should be
I
fun.
have to take combs and other processing equipment, so we'll see how that
Oh,
does in the suitcase. I'm gonna
yeah.
check a suit. I wasn't planning on checking a suitcase, but now I'm going to check a suitcase.
Yeah. That's sort of unavoidable because I doubt they'll let you take hackles or anything like that
They will
in
not
a
let me take
plane.
combs on an airplane. I can tell
Yeah.
you that right now. I have some mini combs, so I'm going to take those and I'm just going to do a bunch of sampling. I was thinking about not taking a wheel, but I need to take my Martin to have Daedalus look at it.
Oh,
So, yep. What day are you going to go? Friday, Saturday, both? Sunday?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to do both days, Friday and
Okay,
Saturday. I will for sure be there on Friday, but I'm pretty sure I'll be there Friday and Saturday.
fun.
Um, I'm on the waiting list for a couple of classes that I think are both on Saturday. So we'll see. A spot may or may not open up, but if it does, I want to be available. So,
Yeah,
and if not, there's awesome people to hang out with.
there are
So,
lots of awesome people to hang out with. So yeah, it should be a fun time, and it's our last event for this season. I will not be at another. I'm probably going to be at MDK in April. And I'll also this is not like a open to the public event, but I will be at the Wisconsin, the Madison Knitters Guild in March.
yeah.
So if you're a member of that, I might see you there. Um, and I'll be teaching Winterfest, which is online.
Yeah. Are the signups, those happen in December, right? The signups?
September.
Or September? Okay. I was way off.
The actual classes start in they're the last weekend in January.
Okay. All right. I thought they were later. Okay. I don't think I have anything else. Did you have any other things you wanted to talk about?
No, just thank you everyone who's gotten stuff off my wish list. My children are filling out their reading interest surveys, so they've been adding a lot of things to the wish list, and I appreciate all of you taking care of them. They're pretty awesome kids that have very specific genres and books that they like.
But if they're asking for it, probably other kids would want to read it too.
Oh
So,
yes, absolutely. They're just very funny about it. They're making my I so we do a reading interest survey and I do it for 4 reasons. The first is so I know what format to buy books in, whether it's hardcover or ebook or audiobook. The second is to know what I should teach. Like if they can't remember how to put a book on hold, I need to do a reminder lesson on that. The
mhm.
third is so that they can request books and I have it all in one place. And then the fourth is I return the forms to them with a post-it note with some book recommendations for them. Which also kind of, if I am looking on like novelist, I use that a lot. We talked about that last week. So if I'm looking for certain criteria, I can kind of narrow it down there, and I can also see what I have and what I need to get. So
Hmm.
works out well. That is
Okay,
what is
well,
going on at Horn Lake Middle School, at least in the library.
yeah, that's all you can control. That's Laura's domain.
Mine and 850 kids.
Okay, well, we will record again before Wisconsin Sheep and Wool,
Yeah.
but still, we hope that you have a lovely weekend and
Yeah, we'll see
week.
our Patreons on Sunday.
Yep. For everyone else, we'll see you next week. Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
y'all.